So, after making the bold choice to kill the Zelda from The Legend of Zelda, let's see what's next for the Legend of Link. Oh, my head. Did they hurt you, Haddock? What about the princess? Did she escape unharmed? As long as I'm laid up, you're responsible for her safety, Haddock. I'm glad to see you're finally awake. There was some hubbub outside. When I went to investigate, people said the spirit tracks were disappearing. At that point, the guards brought you and Alfonso in from outside. Both of you were out cold, so I've been waiting for you to come too. And tell me what happened. Nothing. So it was just a rumor. Well, if you think these eyes can't see, you're quite mistaken. You engineers were passed out, and the tracks have disappeared. Still, you say you made it all up? Actually, yes. Well, so what you're saying is... The Legend of Alfonso. It's true. Smash Bros. Has established this. He will just take anybody's place if they're out of commission. Leave it to him. The Chancellor is some kind of monster, and he kidnapped Princess Zelda. I mean, that's one way to put it. My goodness, what a story. You're just pulling my leg, though, aren't you? Yep. What's this? Teasing an old man? What a naughty child you are. But I'm not the kind of old man to be taken by those tales. What's this? I carry you all the way back here and not a word of thanks? Kidding. It's true. So it's true, you say? What? So what you're saying is the princess has been kidnapped. Yeah, that's what's happened. It's all you have to worry about. This is terrible. I must inform the princess at once. Yes, that's right. She's not here. Well, I might have lost as what to do. What to do? What to do? What to do? What to do? The princess is always flitting in and out of the castle on adventures. Perhaps that's what she's doing now. Perhaps she'll be back at any moment. She's been kidnapped from this mortal plane, perhaps. I really have no idea what you're talking about, little guy. And I certainly don't know anything about the princess being kidnapped. Or for that matter, the Chancellor being a monster. That's just crazy talk. We're all waiting to see what's going on with the disappearing spirit tracks. And do you know where the Princess and Chancellor are? We really could use their help right now. Hello, hello, guards, please help me. Can any of you see me? I need your help. Did you hear that voice, or did I just imagine it? I really need to get more sleep. I'm so tired I'm hearing things. Ah, spooky ghost. No, this is a friendly ghost. Help! I need your help! Why can't anybody hear me? I thought I saw someone moving out of the corner of my eye. This castle is awfully creepy sometimes. You can't scare me like this before October. I mean, it's close though. You gotta get prepped for it now. You gotta get a little spooky foreplay going. Then we can get into the real horror stuff like Luigi's Mansion. Can you see me, Hattok? I must apologize to Alfonso for what happened. And you too. I never knew the Chancellor was capable of such evil. All those years and I never noticed what he really was. I was a fool. And the Spirit Tower of Spirits breaking apart. You saw it too, didn't you, Hadek? It must have something to do with the dark forces. After all, they made the spirit tracks disappear. This must be the handiwork of Cole and his cronies. But what could their goal be? He said something about the spirit tracks vanishing. What did he mean by that? And why would they take my body away with them? What will they do with it? Oh, I'm sorry. It seems I'm much lighter without my body. Listen, Hadek. Let's try again to go to the Tower of Spirits. Now more than ever, we must find the Tower's sage. But before we go, I want to show you something. So this is like a Kingdom Hearts 1 Kairi situation? Exactly. Except for the part where they just shot a dark blast of energy and a ghost came out. This spirit flute is a prized family heirloom, and it's also the worst mechanic in this game. It's been handed down for generations. It originally belonged to one of my ancestors, the one who founded this kingdom. It is my greatest treasure of all. I can't carry it while I'm in this state, as you can see, but I'm certain it's meant to protect me. I can hardly ask you any more for me. But will you take this? And will you come to the tower with me? You're the only person I can turn to now. You got the spirit flute. This pan flute will probably come in very handy. You never know. I mean, you can't avoid mechanics in this game. It's about engineers. Thank you so much, Hattok. Now then, shall we go? I will travel alongside you. And now she's Navi. Wait a second, Hattok. The tracks are gone, and even if they aren't, we don't have a train. How can we go to the Tower of Spirits? Oh, I know. I've heard there's a path from the castle to the tower. But if it does exist, it certainly hasn't been used recently. There's a door at the back of the castle. Maybe the path is somewhere there. Let's go see. Love when they show Link doing the pose in the Toon Games lol. Which pose? So is there a reason why they can't just walk across the field? It doesn't seem particularly dangerous. I think it's just really, really big. Like, I think it's just Wind Waker ocean-sized except grass. Can't go that way. Nice weather we're having. And the view here is really something else. Yeah, I think maybe it's just they're so used to train travel now. The concept of using their legs is just lost to them. There's actually something a little bit later on that supports this, but we'll get to that. What is it, recruit? Eh? You want to leave through this door? Well, I can tell just by looking at you that you aren't adequately prepared. There are all sorts of strange beasts on the other side of the door. It's not the kind of place you can go without a sword. He's right, Hayek. Leaving the Tower of Spirits without a sword is too dangerous. Why don't you find the guard captain and ask him to loan you a sword? He'll probably just think you want it for training. The castle basement is full of monsters just cuz. Yeah, they just kind of naturally spawn there. Just how it works out. I imagine if you go and find a villager or something, they'll say that they heard a rumor that the monsters are returning. Although it also might have something to do with the disappearing spirit tracks. See? Everyone's worried about them. They're waiting to find out what's going on with them. There's only so many places the guard captain can be. What now, recruit? Eh? You want a sword so you can leave through the back of the castle? Did I get that right? Right. Some swordsman you are, running around with no sword. There's something fishy about you. Are you really a new recruit? Your eyes tell the whole story. Alright, take this one. Your eyes say more than actual proof ever could. You got the recruit sword. Tap the enemy or slide the stylus to attack. But listen, just because you have a sword doesn't make you a swordsman. Let me see if you're truly worthy of handling a weapon like that. Alright, time for a little sword practice. These fellows are here to help you train. So don't hold back when you're attacking them. First, the targeted attack. Hit each guard twice with this targeted attack. If you don't know how to do a targeted attack, just ask me. So there's actually like a lot of different stuff you can do with this combat, but there's like not a huge reason to actually do so. Good, good. The targeted attack is the most basic attack. Next is the side slash attack. Hit each guard with 2 attacks. Get moving, recruit. So yeah, for doing a slashing motion, let's do like a more traditional 2D Zelda slash. Nice form. Now for the spin attack. This one's a bit trickier. If you don't know how to do this attack, just ask me. Now hustle. It's crazy how it's even like they're assuming you know the mechanics more or less. This is almost made assuming that you've played the prequel. So to make up for the fact that you can freely spin attack, if you do it too many times, you'll get dizzy. I do like games where Link doesn't start with a sword at all. Makes for nice thematic progression. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's many, if any, Zelda games where you start with a sword. Like, you almost always have to earn it at some point. You start off with nothing. Even Zelda 1 literally does start you off with no sword. Good work, recruit. You completed all the training exercises. Since you've got the basics down, I'll give you this sword. That's all it takes. You meant training? What do you mean? Now, keep up the good work and come back here to polish your skills. You did a wonderful job. That was amazing, Hattock. Now that you have a sword, you can exit through the back door. Let's go. Like, he was just an engineer who got handed the sword. Whereas in Wind Waker, he was trained by the old man. Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, in Wind Waker, he's just a kid. And he picked up the sword because he wanted to rescue his sister. Like, I imagine that they made Alfonso the greatest swordsman in the land specifically so they could say, yeah, that's why Link can use a sword. Hey, recruit. There are all sorts of monsters out on the other side of this door. I've told you already that I can't let you through without a sword or... Oh, I see you got yourself a weapon. Alright then, be careful out there. Some sort of thing. Looks kind of like a strolling stew from Mario Sunshine. Oh, hey there. So this isn't the actual overworld theme, but this is such a massive upgrade from the Phantom Hourglass overworld theme, which is like one of the worst field themes. Actually, I think I'll just say it's the worst field theme in a Zelda game. It's dangerous being out here by yourself with all these monsters. What? You're searching for a tunnel that will take you to the Tower of Spirits? Well, there was a path that way, but recently Rockfalls closed it off. I'm not exactly sure where it was, but if I were you, I'd investigate that wall. Graphics are bugging out a bit. Can't believe Nintendo would just sell me an emulated version of a game. Don't they know emulation is immoral? Not what I just did there with the rock. That's called Echoes of Wisdom maneuver. Wow, that's a really different sound for a breakable wall. In you for playing a Nintendo game, obviously you're supposed to buy them and never play them. That is what Nintendo would have you do. As I've said before, nobody resents people who play their games more than Nintendo. It's awfully dark here, and it's kind of damp too. Is this really the way to the tower? Oh, I'm sorry, I was just thinking out loud. Come on, HATOK, let's go. Tap the block to grab it, then tap the arrow icon to push or pull it around. So, like, Nintendo Direct sequels are so insanely rare, but one thing I always love when they actually do them, they start off so fast. Like, granted, we're like an hour and a half in or something like that, but like, they get you into the mechanics so much more quickly because they're so much more confident in players, whereas the first time they introduce something new, they always slowly and agonizingly go over like every nuance of their thing. You got the small key. You're just thinking about how slow the opening was. So it's slow because they're going over the train stuff and the guiding Zelda stuff, but they're not introducing how to move Link and how to swing your sword and stuff like that. Like they are introducing it, but they're not hanging on it. That's the difference. Like, Nintendo will always hang on anything that's new, but when they do a direct sequel, like in Mario Galaxy 2 or Majora's Mask or this, anything that's been established in the prior game, they'll brush by it much more quickly. Except for Tears of the Kingdom. The door won't open if you just hit the switches in a circle. The switch on the bottom is the switch... Hold on. The switch after the bottom switch is the left one. Okay. I don't have enough really to like write much more than that, but before you hit the bottom switch, hit the top one. So I'm assuming there's 4, actually. I should just start with that. Hold on. Alright, I want to refresh myself a bit. Switch after the bottom switch. Oh, wait. Okay, so it can't be a square if there's a bottom switch. Must be like a diamond. Let's go ahead. Damn it. Alright, yeah, so we got a diamond shape. Damn, wow, really a kill. Get choo-choo? These aren't choo-choos. That was before. So, like, I will say, touch controls are a little bit imprecise. Not, like, wildly so. I don't hate it like people who are really fixated on the D-pad at the time were. But it can cause problems. But it also creates new opportunities, unlike motion controls. It's where you type that. Oh, I mean, I don't see these things in a super timely way. I have to focus on the game. In this case, actually, I'm literally holding the gamepad in my hand and looking down at it, and then just projecting it onto a screen so that it can be streamed. I didn't even do that. Whoops. Oops. Okay. Let's reorientate this. Bottom after left. Before you hit the bottom one, hit the top one. So basically it has to be a circle, doesn't it? Hit the right switch before the top switch. There we go, that's the trick. Wait, that's the wrong way. Man, the stream tax is real. Get the right switch before the top switch. So, right. I'm glad they saved these being taken care of. Ah, jeez. I'm glad it all worked out. So this can't just be a circle like this, can it? No, I missed something obvious there. My brain is being split in too many directions, and by that I mean 2 directions. Hit the right switch before the top switch. Before you hit the bottom switch, hit the top one. Only so many combinations before I end up brute forcing this one way or the other. The switch after the bottom switch is the left one. Wait, after the bottom switch. Whoops, that's... There we go, that's what threw it all off. There we go. See? Easy. So, changing the roll to just a double tap, great in general. Sometimes when you try mashing on an enemy, you'll just roll into them. Do you hear squeaking, Haytalk? Theme of rat? Hey! Oh, how horrible! Thank you. Those beasts were just terrifying. I never want to see them again. The main instrument of this game is like a dulcimer or something. It's kind of hard to tell with the DS sound quality, but I really love it when a Zelda game picks like a core like instrument or like a specific like type of music. Like Wind Waker's music was inspired by British music like marches and stuff like that, and obviously Majora's Mask has like a very Chinese bent to it. I think it's specifically based on Chinese plays. It's been a while since I've read like an interview or anything. What's this train? This, my dear, is the Spirit's train. They entrusted us with its keeping. How do you know that? And you can hear me? Are you the sage of this tower? Well, I wouldn't put it exactly that way. But I do watch over the Tower of Spirits. My name is Anjean. Am I glad to see you? There's something we have to talk about. Yes, your pallor is sporting is quite frightful. One might even call it rather hideous, in fact. Hideous? How dare you? I see feistiness runs in your family, my dear. But there's no need to get your feathers all ruffled. Oh. Did you know someone in my family? Feisty and bright, just like she was. But who could this be? Was this a character that was established within the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks? Otherwise, how could I possibly know? Automata's caught the word ugly. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? Yes, I knew one of your ancestors. I met her when she had just arrived here. She and I were friends for a very long time. My family first arrived here about a century ago. Were you already in the tower then, Anjean? That's a story for another time, my dear. Right now, we must discuss a matter more grave. Tell me, do you know the story of this tower? Only what the folk tales say. Long ago, the spirits of good and the Demon King were embroiled in a never-ending war. In the end, the spirits could not defeat him. But they did manage to imprison him in this tower. Have you noticed that the spirits in general kind of suck shit in Zelda? Like, none of them can ever beat any evil. They can only ever seal them in towers and stuff. not chains or bars that keep him imprisoned, but an energy that flows between the tower and the 4 temples that surround it. Oh, of course, and Jean, when the spirit tracks... Correct, my dear. The spirit tracks carry that energy. If the tracks are lost, the tower's energy will fade. And so will the Demon King's prison. And that's just what the evil ones are after. They aim to resurrect Maladus, the Demon King. Right now, my strength remains in shackles. But it's only a matter of time until they're broken. Of course, in order to resurrect Maladus, they need one other key ingredient. A vessel from the royal family of ancient Hyrule, with sacred power coursing through its veins. Yes, Maladus requires you in order to return. You need the indomitable human spirit, tracks, to be specific. Oh, it's like Thousand Year Door? It is like Thousand Year Door, actually. But only your shell, my dear. It would be the only vessel suitable for him to inhabit. No! The Demon King is going to run around in my body? Black, that's too disgusting for words. We have to stop him. We can't let the Demon King return. My thoughts exactly, my dear. At the top of the tower is your body. The Demon King's spirit is also there. To prevent him from possessing your body, you must fortify this prison. To do this, restore the energy between the temples and this tower. In other words, restore the tracks between here and the temples. But how? How do we restore the spirit tracks? The answer lies above us in the floors of this tower. 4 stone rail maps are enshrined here. You must retrieve them. And as you know, this tower connects our kingdom. Right now, the tower is filled with evil energy. If you can get far enough to retrieve a rail map, a portion of the tracks will be restored. Start your search by climbing the stairs. Of course, thank you, Engine. You have a very important mission ahead of you. The kingdom is in danger, we're all counting on you. It's grave, and you understand the grave. I will wait for you here. That's what princesses have always done. From what I understand, it's kind of a family tradition. No, don't be scared. Buck up and get moving. Zelda is so goofy in this game. I like her. Yeah, no, this is such a great Zelda. Like, it makes me so sad how many people are like, oh yeah, it took until Breath of the Wild to have a good Zelda. Because, like, this is, as far as I'm concerned, the best Zelda. She's so fun. Sorry to interrupt such a enthusiastic pep talk, but ascending this tower alone would be impossible. There are traps set to snag trespassers, not to mention that pesky little monster infestation, sorry. Is that so? Well, I feel terrible asking, but... Engine, can you guide Hattok upstairs? Have you forgotten what I said? I have my hands full just keeping the tower together. I'm sorry, my dear, but I can't leave my post. Then what should we do? Should we go back to and get Alfonso? Oh, but he's wounded. Teacher, the captain of the castle guard? But I suppose there's no time for that, is there? What if you went with him, my dear? Me? Go with him? But I'm not sure how much help I'll be in this state. Well, my dear, this kingdom is your responsibility. You mustn't ever forget that. I'm sure you'll find a way to help out somehow. Well, alright. We better get going then, Haytalk. You must ascend the tower and retrieve the rail maps. Alright, first dungeon kinda sorta. Uh-oh. My Wii U gamepad is running low on battery. Unfortunately, the Wii U is kind of a garbage piece of hardware. We'll have to see what I can do about plugging it in. So this is what the inside of the tower looks like. Let's head over to that door, Haytalk. Alright, let's go! Look at those giant doors, Haytalk. They look really heavy. I don't think one person could open them alone. Oh my gosh, what in the world is that? I've never seen a monster as ferocious looking as this one, Haytalk. Let's get out of here, Haytalk. Dungeon over. Wii U tax. I mean, yeah, the tax is that everything about it has to be crumbling into dust at all times. What's the matter? You look as pale as a ghost. Though given the company you've been keeping, perhaps it's no surprise. And Jean, there's a ferocious monster up there with a great big sword. I don't know how we can possibly defeat it. Sounds like a phantom deer. They are the guardians of the Tower of Spirits. Though they look quite sinister, they won't harm anyone with a good heart. I know what I saw, it was definitely after us. Why would it think that Haytalk is evil? There is one possible explanation. With the spirit tracks gone, perhaps an evil spirit has possessed the phantom. If that's the case, we might have trouble beating it. Hitting the phantom with in the back with your sword should stop it for a while. But first you need to gather up all 3 tiers of light. One of those weird Twilight Princess connections. That will power up your sword, then you'll be able to face the phantom. Collect the 3 tiers of light, then hit the back of the phantom. Sounds tricky. If anyone can do it, Haytalk can. Hope this phantom doesn't have an hourglass. Luckily for us, it won't. Alright, let's give it a try, Haytalk. Alright, that red light on my tablet is making me nervous. I think I'm gonna see if I can come up with a solution quickly.